It's a known fact that crayfish are a favored food source for both largemouth and smallmouth bass. Primarily nocturnal, during the daylight hours, they conceal under rocks, logs, or within vegetation. Those that expose themselves run a risk of being consumed. Now, to mimic a crayfish most effectively, you need to fully understand their behavior, their posture, and their movement, especially those that trigger strikes. First, crayfish are bottom dwellers. Using their legs, they primarily walk forward slowly, but have the ability to creep backward if threatened. When endangered, a crayfish employs its defense response by facing the threat and raising its thorax, extending its open claws. And although they may walk forward slowly, crayfish have the ability to swim backward rapidly. This sudden dash allows crustaceans to escape predation. Conversely, and this is what's most important, it's this abrupt swimming action that consistently triggers reaction strikes from bass. So what soft plastics do I feel mimic crayfish behavior best? Well, a time-tested staple is undoubtedly a tube bait, like Big Bite Bait's Tour Tube. I like to rig it with a 3/8 ounce tube jig head, so it maintains contact with the bottom, kicking up mud in the same manner as the mud bugs when they scoop. Now, a new favorite of mine is Yamamoto's 2.5-inch Covert Craw. Formulated with Yamamoto's custom floating formula soft plastic, this little bait stands tall, especially when rigged with Buckeye's spot remover Ned head. It's this upright stance that best imitates the defensive response of a threatened crayfish, ultimately fooling wary fish into committing. Another great bait that stands at attention in the same manner is Yamamoto's 3-inch Yamacraw, which is also poured using the Mega Floater formula. And I like to rig it on a Spot Remover Pro jig head. I think you'll agree that from my underwater point of view, I have the unique opportunity to carefully examine the action and effectiveness of lures firsthand. Not in a vacant swimming pool, but in the field, where I can document real-life observations and visually share them with all of you. Lastly, here's one more time-tested soft plastic lure that impersonates crayfish and certainly deserves mention: Yamamoto's legendary Hula Grub. I've been finessing fish on these for years, both smallmouth and largemouth. So I hope my bass eye perspective helps you understand what makes an ideal crayfish mimicking bait. Believe me, all of these soft plastics mentioned perform in a stellar way. If you're interested in purchasing a few, I've included Tackle Warehouse links listed below my video description. Once again, thanks for watching.